Good morning. Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning น้องเดีย
Good morning.
Change your name. Please write first your number and then your name in English. Okay. And please change your name into your English name and then put your
เสียงมันแบบ
last number. Okay.
ไม่รู้ตรงไหนเสียงพี่ไวหรือเปล่า
You can see.
ฮัลโหล
นักเรียนครูบาหยันรัตนปฏิมานะคะ เป็นครูประจำชั้นป .4/7 ค่ะนักอะไรนะ
ค่ะเดี๋ยวช่วงนี้นะคะ เดี๋ยวคุณครูจะปิดไมค์นะคะ แล้วเดี๋ยวให้นักเรียนตั้งใจฟังนะคะ ขณะที่คุณครูสอนนะคะให้นักเรียนนั่งให้เรียบร้อยนะคะอยู่ในท่าเตรียมพร้อมนะคะ ไม่นอนนะคะ ให้ตั้งใจฟังแล้วให้นักเรียนเตรียมสมุดดินสอนะคะ มาให้พร้อมถ้าทีเชอร์มีอะไรให้นักเรียนโน้ตจดไว้ในสมุดนะคะโอเคช่วงนี้คุณครูจะปิดไมค์นะคะ แล้วเดี๋ยวช่วงท้ายนะคะ เดี๋ยวเราจะมาเปิดไมค์แล้วก็มีการทำแบบฝึกหัดตอบคำถามกันนะคะ ช่วงนี้ให้นักเรียนตั้งใจฟังทีเชอร์ก่อนนะคะ
Okay. So I can still see names in Thai. You can change it while we are starting our lesson, okay? Please type anything on the chat box also. You can type hi, you can type good morning. Can you read our chats already? Okay. Okay, so good morning again. Now we are going to start our lesson. Okay, so I want you to listen very carefully and I want you to welcome. You are now in grade 4, right? You are now in IEP 4/7. Congratulations. Okay, so our subject for today, we will have math. Okay? Someone is talking. I can hear someone. Who's that? Okay, can you see anything on your screen now? Can you please react thumbs up? Thumbs up, please, if you can see on your screen. Okay, so for today, our topic, we are going to learn about fraction. Okay, again, today we are going to learn about fraction. Okay, first, do you know what is a fraction? Fraction or fractions. What is it in Thai? Okay, fraction. Fraction แปลว่าอะไร
I don't know
Okay, so someone is talking. Wait for a minute. Who's talking? Okay. So fractions. Fraction, these are numbers that represent a part of the whole. Again, fractions, these are numbers that represent a part of the whole. Okay, do you get it? Okay, when we say fraction, these are only a part of the whole. Okay, so I have here example. What shape is this? This is a circle, right? Okay, so for example, we have here a whole circle. When we say fraction, okay, we divided the circle equally into how many parts we have here? We divided the circle into 2 equal parts, right? So when we say fraction, this is the part of the whole. Okay, this one. This part, this is already called a fraction. Okay, So it is divided equally into 2. So therefore, 1/2 of this is now a fraction. Okay, so by the way, if we say a fraction, it looks like this. It has a number on top and a number at the bottom. Okay, again, so a fraction, it is a part of a whole. Okay, in this example, we have 1/2 circle plus 1/2 circle is equal to a 1 whole circle, right? Okay, so a fraction, it is a part of a whole. This one, the half of a circle, this is a fraction. Okay?
โอเค fraction นะคะนักเรียนก็คือเศษส่วนนั่นเองนะคะค่ะก็จะเป็นด้านบนจะเป็นจำนวนที่เป็นเศษนะคะแล้วข้างล่างจะเป็นส่วนนะคะ fraction ในภาษาไทยก็คือเศษส่วนนะคะ
Okay, thank you, teacher. Okay, fraction แปลว่าเศษส่วน เศษส่วน Okay. So, writing and reading a fraction. So, how are we going to write and how are we going to read a fraction? Okay, I have here 4 and 7. Okay, so these numbers are example of a fraction. Okay, when we write a fraction, we have two main parts. First part, we have the numerator. Okay, can you still see on the screen? Okay, so we have here the first part, we call it the numerator. Okay, you can repeat after me.
repeat
Numerator.
numerator ก็คือเศษนะคะ
Okay, so what are numerators? Okay, the top number is the numerator. Okay, so again, number 4. The number on the top or at the top, that is what we call the numerator. Okay, when we say numerator, it is the number of parts that you have. Okay, again, it is the number of parts that you have. Okay, and then the second part we have this one, number 7. We call it the denominator. Okay, again, we call it denominator. Okay, so what are denominators? Denominator or the bottom number. Bottom แปลว่าอะไรข้างล่างใช่ไหมข้างล่างโอเคข้างล่างโอเค so denominator, what are denominator? It is the number of parts the whole is divided into. Okay, do you understand? When we say denominator, this is the total number of parts of the whole. Okay, do you get it? And then we also have what we call this one. We read it as vinculum. Okay, again, this is a vinculum. What is a vinculum? A vinculum is the horizontal line in between the numerator and the denominator. Okay, so this one, this is the vinculum. Okay, please repeat after me, vinculum. Vinculum. Very good. Okay, so this is the line that separates the numerator and the denominator. Okay, so this fraction, how do we read this fraction? Okay, so when we read a fraction, first we read the numerator, of course. Okay, we read the number on top. So we read 4 out of 7. Okay, so this we can read this as 4 out of 7, or we can just say 4/7. Okay, 4/7. The denominator, we read the number as ordinal number. Okay, ordinal numbers. What are examples of ordinal numbers? When we say number 3, when it is an ordinal number, it will become third, right? Number 4, it will become fourth. Number 5, it will become fifth, right? Do you remember? Okay, and then here 7, so 7 will become seventh. Okay, so this fraction, we can read this as 4/7. Okay. So, we have example. I have here a figure. What shape is this? Okay, what shape is this? This is a square. Okay, this is a square. If we look at the figure, we have the shaded parts or the parts with colors. Okay, and then a part that has no color. Okay, so how can we read this one? Through a fraction. Okay, when we say again fraction, it is the parts of a whole. Okay, the part of a whole. In this example, a square. So we divided it into how many parts? 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. So we divided the square into 4 equal parts. Okay. So the fraction here are the shaded parts. So the yellow one. So what will be our numerator? Can you guess? Okay, the fraction that is the shaded part. Okay, so 1, 2, 3. Therefore, our fraction, the numerator is, what do you think? That is 3. Okay, 3. So there are 3 shaded parts. So, and then we have the underline, the what we call the vinculum. So you write the vinculum. And then what about the denominator? What is the denominator? Again, when we say denominator, this is how many parts are there in all, or the total number of parts that you are equally dividing the whole. Okay, do you get it? Okay, so how many equal parts are there? 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so the denominator is 4. Okay, do you get it? Okay, now how do we read this fraction? Okay, we can read this fraction as 3 parts out of 4 parts, or we can just say 3 out of 4. Okay, or the other one, we can read it as 3, and then the 4, we use the ordinal number fourth. Okay, 3/4 or 3/4. Okay, do you get it?
Okay. In Thai นะคะ ในภาษาไทยเราจะเรียกนะคะ เราจะพูดว่านะคะเศษ3/4นั่นเองนะคะ
Okay, so that is how we are going to write and read a fraction. Okay, so a fraction, there are 3 types. We have 3 types of fractions. Okay, so what are those 3 types? First, we have the what we call the proper fractions. Okay, proper fractions. What are proper fractions? I want you to take note of this. We will have activity later. I will ask you some questions. Okay, so please write, take note. Proper fractions. What are these numbers? Okay, the numerator is less than the denominator. Okay, again, proper fractions, the numerator is less than the denominator. What does it mean? Again, numerator, these are the number on top, right? Do you remember? Okay, when we say less than แปลว่าอะไร less than เล็ก
จำนวนน้อยกว่า
น้อยกว่า
น้อยกว่า
Okay. So the numerator or the number on top is lesser than the denominator or the number at the bottom. What are those examples we have here? 4/6, right? 4/6. Okay, the numerator. What is the numerator? Number 4, right? Okay, and the denominator is 6. Okay, so which number is bigger or greater? That is 6, right? And then the lesser number is 4. So when we say proper fraction, the numerator, this one, is lesser than the denominator. Okay, another example. How do we read this fraction? Remember, the denominator, we read this as ordinal number. Number 3 will become third. Okay, right. So we read this one as 1/3.
1/3.
Okay, 1/3. Okay, this is a proper fraction again because 1 is lesser than 3, right? Okay. And then we have 2/8. Okay, 2/8. Okay, the numerator is 2, so it is lesser than the denominator 8. Okay, do you get it? Okay, again, these are lesser than the denominator. The numbers on top, we have here 4, 1, and 2. They are lesser than 6, 3, and 8. Okay. Next, we have improper fractions. Again, improper fractions. What are these fractions? Okay, take note. The numerator is greater than or equal to the denominator. Okay, when we say greater than,
มากกว่า
มากกว่า
จำนวนเศ
okay.
ษนะคะจะมากกว่าจำนวนส่วน
Okay, and when we say or equal to แปลว่า
หรือเท่ากันนะคะหรือเท่ากับ
okay, same. Okay, so for example, we have here the number or the fraction 9. How do we read this one? 9, and then 5 will become 5th, right? Okay, so we read this one as 9/5. Okay, so as we see here, the numerator has greater value than the denominator. Okay, so this is improper fraction. Do you get it? Okay, another example we have here. How do we read this one? Okay, 10/4. Okay, 10/4. Okay, again, the numerator is greater than the denominator, right? Okay, and then another example we have here. 7/7. Okay, so this is still an improper fraction because the numerator is equal to the denominator. Okay, is that clear? Okay, again, we call that one improper fractions. Okay, so before we go to the next slide, I want you to remember. Please write it on your notebook. Again, number 2, improper fraction. Okay, can I see who is writing? Are you writing?
นักเรียนช็อตโน้ตลงในสมุดก็ด้วยก็ได้นะคะ
Okay. Okay, very good. Okay, did you get the first type of fraction? That is proper fraction. Okay, and then the second type, that is improper fraction. Okay, let us continue. Okay, and the next type of fraction, we have the what we call
คือไม่ทันอ่ะ
โอเค เดี๋ยวคุณครูจะให้สไลด์ให้นักเรียนจดทีหลังก็ได้นะคะ อันนี้ไปก่อน
Want to again, teacher? They want to see it again. Okay, so we have mixed fractions. Okay, we have mixed fractions. Okay, why are we calling it mixed fractions? Okay, what are these? Mixed fractions, this is a whole number and proper fraction together. Okay, so there are two types of numbers that are in the mixed fractions. Okay, what are those numbers? Wait na. These are the whole number and the proper fraction together. For example, we have here. Okay, there are two types of numbers. Okay, a whole number and a proper fraction. Again, proper fraction, the numerator is less than the denominator. Okay, and a whole number, that is number 2. So now, how are we going to read this one? This type of fraction, we read this as 2 and 1/5. Okay, again, we read this fraction as 2 and 1/5. Okay, you try. How do you read this one? 2 and 1/5. Okay, very good. Another example we have here. How do you read this one? We have again a whole number and a proper fraction. We read this one as 1
very good
1/4. Okay, very good. 1 and 1/4. Okay, do you get it? Don't forget, the denominator, you should read this one as the ordinal number. Okay, another example we have. How do you read this one? 4 and 3/5. Okay, that is the ordinal number of 5. So again, 4 and 3/5. Okay, good job. Okay, so what do you call this type of fractions? These are mixed fractions. Okay, by the way, mixed แปลว่าอะไร Mixed, you are mixing two types of numbers.
นำมาผสมหรือรวมกันนะคะ
Okay, so that is mixed fractions. 2 and 1/5, 1 and 1/4, and 4 and 3/5. Okay, so that is how you are going to read a mixed fractions.
แต่ผิด
Okay. So, stop sharing those notes. Okay. Okay. Before we are going to continue to the next slide, again, what are the 3 types of fractions? What are the 3 types of fractions? Okay, let us have one more time the 3 types of fractions. We have first type, the proper fractions, right? Proper fractions. You can repeat after me. Proper fractions. Very good. So these are, the numerator is lesser than the denominator, right? Okay. We only have 10 minutes more. And then the second type, we have the improper fractions. Improper fractions. Okay, these improper fractions, the numerator is greater than the denominator. Okay, and then the last one, we have the mixed fractions. Okay, mixed fractions. Two types of number. We have the whole number and a proper fraction. Okay, is everything clear? Do you have any question?
No.
Okay, very good. Okay, are you ready for the question and answer?
Yes.
Ready?
Right.
You can raise your hand if you want to answer or if you know the answer. Okay?
Teacher. Okay.
Okay. Let me know if you answer. You tell me your name first and then you tell your answer. Okay? Question number 1.
ลองทำแบบกันนะคะ
Okay. What is the fraction of the shaded parts? Okay. Again, what is the fraction of the shaded parts? So your answer here will be a fraction. Okay. I have here a figure.
เขียนได้เลย
Okay. What shape is this? What shape is this?
กลางเลย
Are you sure it is longer than the square? This is a rectangle. Okay. So what is the answer? Okay, Nana, what is your answer?
1 and 6.
1 and 6. Are you sure that is how you read?
Teacher.
Yes.
ตรงกลาง
Tong Chai. Okay, another answer. 1 and 6. Are you sure?
น่าจะ
Nice try. Nice try.
5 and 6.
5 and 6. Remember, when you are going to read a fraction, do not use the difference if it is a proper or improper fraction. Okay? And I hear Nudi. Nudi raised hand, right?
พื้นอยู่
What is the answer, Nudi?
เขียนมาทางนี้ไม่เปลืองเขียนหน้านี้
Teacher,
answer เขียน answer
Yes, what is the answer?
เขียนเลยเขียนเป็นภาษาไทยไม่เขียนเป็นภาษาอังกฤษนะ
So, 5
มัน
and
ตัวอย่างเหรอ
6. It's near to the answer,
Why?
but how you read it or how you say it is wrong. Okay, you must
ภาษา
say
อังกฤษหรือภาษาไทย
5 sixth.
อ๋อเขียนแบบนี้
Okay,
5 ส่วน 6
5 sixth, not 5 and 6. Okay?
เขียนเป็นภาษาเขียนได้แบบนี้
Remember when you say
ล็อกโจทย์ให้เสร็จ
the denominator, when you read the denominator, that is ordinal form.
answer only ใช่ไหม
ได้หมดอายุแต่ก็ใช้ได้
เขียนไปแล้วอ่ะ
Okay, and then please,
เสร็จเรียบร้อย
how do you write this one in words? Okay.
อะไรเสร็จเรียบร้อย
Annotate. Okay. Uh-huh.
มา
Wait for a minute.
โอเคเห็นไหม
Finish
แล้วไม่ได้จดมานาน
Finish.
finish ข้างหน้าไม่มี เขียนไว้สิเขียนแล้วจะไม่ได้ยังไงเป็นว่า
Okay. Next question. Again, the answer for number 1, that is 5 and 6. Okay. Question number 2.
question number
For question number 2. What type of fraction is this? Okay, again, what type of fraction is this? We have 3 types of fraction, right? So this one, what type of fraction is this? How do you read this? 2 and 3.
2 and 3 2 and 2
Very good. 2 and 3 fifths.
2 and 3
What type of fraction is this?
fraction
Yes, again. Good job. Okay, the answer is mixed fraction. Okay, very good.
มี3ชนิด
Okay, we still have 5 minutes more. Let us answer this one.
ต้องดูต่อไปข้อ3ข้ามเลยข้อ
Okay, I'm sorry. This should be it.
3พูดจบไม่ทัน
This is letter T. Is it true or
true
false?
หรือ false
Look at true or false แปลว่า
อันนี้เป็น
true แปล
ดู
ว่า
ไปก่อนเดี๋ยวค่อยทำ
เป็นจริง
จริง
หรือ
or my จริง Okay.
เอ้ยไม่
We read this one as 3/5.
ถามว่า3 ส่วน 5
Right?
true หรือ false
True or false? Is this 3/5? Oh, very good.
ฟอ
What is the right answer? What is the correct answer?
เดี๋ยวไอ้นั่นค่อยมานั่นทีหลังเราจำได้
It
เดี๋ยว
is
เรามาเขียนทีหลัง
false because
ฟอต้องตอบเป็น3
three
ส่วนแล้ว
seven. Oh, this is 3 8. Okay,
เป็น
3
four.
8. The answer is 3 8, not 3 5. So this is
มันฟอ
false.
เพราะมันผิดมันไม่ใช่ด้านมันต้องเป็นเท่าไหร่
Next, we still have 4 minutes.
โอเค
Number
ได้ไหม
4.
เดี๋ยวค่อยมาลอกเอา
What
ไม่เป็นไร
type of fraction is
Ah,
this?
okay,
What about this?
ลอกไม่ได้
What
หรอก
type of
ว่า
fraction?
มันเป็นชนิดไหนมีอยู่3ชนิด1 ส่วน 8
What
เป็นอะไร
type of
กลับไปดู
fraction?
โจทย์ทำไปก่อนเลย1 ส่วน
Can I hear?
ลอกโจทย์ใช่ไหม
เป็นอะไรนี่
ไม่ได้ลอกโจทย์ก็
เท่าไหร่
Can I
1 ส่วน 8นี่คือมากกว่า
ลอกโจทย์หรือไม่ลอกโจทย์
milk tea? What type of fraction is this?
ไม่ลอก
Milk tea?
ลอกโจทย์
เอาไปเป็นไร1 ส่วน 8 หารต่อมาได้
ไม่ลอกโจทย์
What type of fraction is this?
เป็นอะไรดูดิ
ไม่ทันเลย
เซอร์เป็นอะไรเพิ่มอินพุต
The answer is it is a proper fraction.
fraction.
One is lesser than the denominator. Okay, so this is a proper fraction. Okay, we still have 2 minutes more. Last question. What is the fraction of the shaded part?
ต่อไปข้อที่
What is the fraction of the shaded part?
what the function choose part เป็นเท่าไหร่ต่อ
What is fraction? 3. Okay, let us check. 3 8. Is that
เขี
correct?
ยนไว้ก่อนเลยแล้วตอบครู
Wow, good job. Yes, that is
แล้ว
3 8. Okay, the answer is 3
มาว่าทีหลัง
8. Okay, do you have any question? Is everything clear for today's
ทำไม่ทัน
มีคำตามไหม
Teacher, number 2, I don't finish.
Number 2. It's okay. It's okay. This is just an exercise. We are going to give you another activity that you are going to answer on your notebook. Okay, so we still have 1 minute more. Okay, so that ends our lesson. Teacher Brian, have some
เดียวด้วยทำอะไรไปฟังอาจารย์ตอนพูดตอนเลิก
จะสุดแล้วอ่ะได้
อาจารย์เขาเขียนเลยทำยังไง
ให้เขียนแล้วก็ทำด้วยโอเคกับ
เรียนดีนะคะเรียนได้ดีแล้วก็สามารถ
เดี๋ยวอาจารย์เดินไปหน้าก่อน
Thank you, teacher. For your activity, you are going to answer this one. Okay? Write your answer on your notebook. Only your answer. Okay? So, for test A, we have 10 items. Your answer will be in fraction. Okay?
ไปเร็ว
And then for test B, you are going to identify what type of fraction are the following. Okay, so your answer will be the 3 types of fraction: proper, improper, fraction. Okay, no more question. Please have 39 seconds. Yes. Yes.
จดเลยจดไปทำไม่ถนัดไม่ถนัด
ผู้ปกครองคะ Yes. Do you have any question?
น้อยมากลูกอาทิตย์นึงเรียนประมาณนี้เลยน้อยมาก
Okay, thank you so much for listening. You are not guilty. Good job. Okay, so see you next week on our next class. Our next subject will be
ไม่
science.
เดี๋ยวมาคุยกัน
Okay.
พูดไปดิมันถ้าไม่กล้าพูดก็พิมพ์เข้าไปในไลน์กลุ่ม
In a few seconds,
ถามเข้าไปดิ
the
สงสัย
class
อะไรก็ถามเข้าไปในกลุ่มห้อง